57 years of independence. I'm regretting why I woke up very early today. And since then, a lot of patriotic Ugandans are calling me, saying, 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, are you coming for independence celebration? And the telephone refuses to stop ringing. I told those boys and girls, I say, you guys, what are you celebrating? Are you celebrating dictatorship or you are celebrating independence? Independence does not exist. We are not yet independent. It's not yet Uhuru, my friend. It reminded me of those days when I used to sit in the fireplace with my father. And he used to tell me stories. He used to say, son, now we have independence. But mark my words, sooner or later, they will start killing one another. Catholics will turn against the Protestants. Protestants will turn against the Catholics. Tribes will turn around and then hate one another. At this moment, you can see that we are doing everything together. We are still laughing, we are talking, but the worst days are ahead. I didn't understand him properly at that time. But then he said, look, my son, we had just planted a bamboo tree. You see, this is going to remind you that when you grow up and you start bringing up your family, you'll tell your son, you'll tell your grandchildren that we planted the bamboo tree together. He was talking as if he knew he was not going to live for a very long time. A few years later, my father, Ernesto Yat, the son of 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, died. And what he was telling me are coming back as I grow older, as he was talking with me yesterday. Because when he said, people will turn against people, party will turn against parties, religion will turn against religion, you just wait, let them get to power. And when they sit there for some time, that is when the killing will start. And his prediction was right. In fact, he was talking, telling me stories as if he knew. He predicted his own death, as if he knew he was going to die. I know my brothers, Julius Peter Odu, Alex James Nyeko, Opora Gama, and the rest, they used to teach my father. Because at home we had two flags. One was for the Democratic Party, and one was for the Ugandan People's Congress. My father is a UPC supporter, and my mother goes to where their family belongs. I was the supporter of Latim, the DP man in Acholi. But my father and Alex Latim could sit together, drink together, joke together, and the day they are ferrying people to go for political parties, you can sit in the UPC bus, you can also sit in the DP bus. nothing happens to you. People were still laughing, dancing together, enjoying life as it should have been. And my father, the son of 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, predicted that it will not take long before we turn against one another. And I still remember his word. Few years later, what he was talking about became reality. The assassination of Koya, the assassination of 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, the assassination of top, leaders took place. And it was just as my father knew exactly what was going to happen. That's what he was telling me at the fireplace. After the assassination, it didn't stop there. It went on. When we witnessed the conflict between Dr. Apollo Milton Obote and the Kabaka, that is when I realized, every time I sit down, I realized that what my father was telling me was right. That he knew something was going to happen. That he knew people were going to die. That he knew that it was not yet Uhuru. And that process continued. Amin came to power. He took power. And top military leadership, from police to prison to the army, were murdered without mercy, were killed. A lot of people lost their life. A lot of people lost their life. But we usually, as Acholis, we keep our head up. We ran. We were in exiles. And after some time, we managed to come back home. And that was not the end. When the Tanzanian soldiers liberated Uganda together with the Ugandans who were living in Tanzania, we thought the leadership of Uganda has learned something out of what happened since independence. But it seemed as if that country was carrying a curse. Even if we know that before the military coup, we had the Kabaka-Obote conflict, we had the Pope visiting Uganda, and we went into exile. A lot of our people suffered outside. When you go to see a doctor and you're in exile, they will prescribe for you paracetamol. But oh, you go and take paracetamol, you're worried about the people you left back at home. That's how they treat you as a refugee. That is how they treat you if you're not from that country. So when we brought Obote back, when the Tanzanian army fought and we brought Obote back, we all fought. All Ugandans were there. They fought. And all the fight is in the name of liberation. We are going to liberate our country. And then when you liberate your country, you claim you want to do something different. But you go back and do the same thing. Killing. Killing. And it becomes even worse when the killings are focused on a particular tribe, whether in Uganda, or an 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, or a 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙊𝙒, or a 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙊𝙒, or a 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒. You focus there, you are killing. You say, these are the people I want to eliminate. These are the people I want to get rid of. It doesn't work. And it had been going on. Amin had focused himself mainly on the 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒 because he was afraid of the 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒. When Obote came back the second time, the focus were again on the 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒. When they started shooting people's houses in Entebbe and the rest, until they got annoyed and some people went and said, now we're going to fight and take this man out. That is the same way of doing things, and it keeps on going because it didn't stop there. We saw the Olara, the Tito Okello coming, Olara and Tito Okello coming to power because they have big hearts. They are very good people. They trick them into signing some agreement in Kenya that does not make sense to anybody anyway. What they should have done, they should have fought it out until the last man. But because 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒 are very, very easy people to deal with, they said, okay, let's deal with this man called Museveni when he came to power. But when Museveni came to power, he did a lot of things. The same thing my father was talking about. They will kill people in the name of freedom. They will kill people in the name of independence. You see, when Museveni started his war, he blew up buses on Kampala-Gulu Road full of women and children. A lot of people died in that road, Kampala-Gulu Road. We used to call it 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙊𝙒. When you try to move in that road, you know you are already a dead person. Until you reach home, you are not yet dead, then you say, okay. But still, we used to follow the same road. We used to follow the same road. I used to sit in the car with my late brother Okwan. We would drive from Jinja, passing through 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒, Kampala, Gulu Road. 10 o'clock at night, we will be at home. And they say yes. And everybody would be asking, you guys, you travel through 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙒? Say yes, we travel through Kampala, Gulu Road, and we are here. And we used to go home. A lot of weekends. A lot of weekends. And that is exactly what my father was talking about. People will kill one another. Museveni killed a lot of people. Blew a lot of children and women and what in the bus. They just call it casualty of war. And sometimes he says, yeah, that is the law of Moses. Or the Torah law, you just kill. When it is a war, you kill. But it didn't stop there. They kill a lot of people in Luwero. And then all those killing in Luwero, you want to pin it on the actually people. You want to tell the world that it is the actually people who kill people in Luwero. Was Uganda army only full of actually people, including women, children, and what that forms the Uganda army? That is nonsense. The Uganda army was full of the Lamis, the Madis, the Tesho, the Bashogas, the Banyankole, the Baganda. But why do you pin the killing of Luwero on the Acholis only when you know you were there killing people? You were using your own people who studied in Kidgum High School and have learned the language well. In Sacred Heart in Ngulu, they have learned the language well to do your dirty job in Luwero. And still you blame it on the actual people. You blame it on the actual people. That is exactly what my father was referring to. They will do everything and they will kill one another. And you did it. And when Museveni came to power, it even became worse. Because his hatred for one tribe in Uganda is unforgivable. If you're a leader, you liberate a country, you just don't go for one or two tribes. Say, these are the people I want to punish them. Punish them until they kneel down in front of me and ask for forgiveness. What forgiveness? You cannot ask for forgiveness from a person who had been killing you and using your name or claiming that you are the one who killed the people he killed. That's a joke. That is stupidity. That does not make sense to anybody at all. The man went as far as to say, I hate you people and I'm going to lock you up in a camp. You see, those days he was using the word senene. You just lock them up. They have nowhere to go. They could not move. They cannot do anything. They will never go anywhere. But we have the actual spirit that you cannot destroy. The actual spirit that we will fall and we will stand up and we will walk again. The resilience we have. He said, you killed my son. I'll cry forever. But after I bury my son, I'll walk. I'll do everything I can do to keep the name of Acholi up. We have the spirit. You cannot finish us all. We will survive. You kept us in the camp for a long time. We came back and we are surviving. We are rebuilding. You can try all tricks. Said if we cannot finish them one way or another, we will use the GMO foods. We will also survive that. We will use money. We will also survive that. We will give you mosquitoes net. That is going to kill you all. Some of us with brain will say, no, I will not use a mosquito net which is sprayed with chemical. You use it. Let the mosquito bite me. If I go to the hospital, I don't get the medicine. I will survive. I will do whatever I can to survive. There are so many ways of killing people, eliminating people, trying to stop people from living. But we have what we call a Billa. I have to talk about it today, a Billa. I believe in it. I believe in a Billa, that a Billa will protect you. So when I look back to what my father was telling me, and I look back to what had been happening in Uganda, and these boys and girls are calling me continuously that Mzee, come and celebrate independence. Then I start asking myself, am I going to celebrate the independence, or am I going to endorse dictatorship? Here you have our patriotic Ugandans celebrating independence, while people like Bobby Wine, the police have sealed off their homes. People are being arrested and put into safe houses. And here we have our opposition leaders dancing together with the president that they are celebrating independence. You are not celebrating independence. You are celebrating dictatorship. And you are normalizing it by sitting there and say, yeah, we are independent, oh, we are independent. We are not independent. Let me tell you something. It's not yet Uhuru, my friend. The independence will come when all Ugandans are free, when all Ugandans have food to eat, when all Ugandans can go to the hospital and get treatment, when all Ugandans are offered universal income, that everybody has the right to have a universal income, to have money, not to be a beggar, not to beg from politicians who want you to vote them in, not to beg from the government who want you to be lenient to their cause, not to beg from a pastor who is also associated with dictatorship, who gets his funding from the same dictator who mistreat you. That is when Uganda will celebrate independence. So I told my boys and girls, I said, guys, you see, it's a choice we make. I wish I could be with you today celebrating the Uganda independence, but I'm not going to attend it because I stopped celebrating independence a long time ago, because I believe it is not yet Uhuru in Uganda. It is not yet. When you join the game by legalizing independence, when you know there is not yet Uhuru, you legalize it by sitting there, by celebrating something that you should not celebrate. We have broken all the rules of independence. We have broken all the rules of democracy. We have broken all the rules of killing in Uganda. And by celebrating independence, when it is not yet Uhuru, is an insult to people's intelligence. but I still wish those who are celebrating the best of it. For me, and for a lot of people, we lost. A lot of people who died. For us, it's not yet Uhuru. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. In the near year, in the new year, I will try to reach you all live. Thank you.